In 2007, legendary filmmaker Werner Herzog captured something on camera that would haunt the internet for nearly 2 decades. A single penguin breaking away from its colony, not heading towards the ocean to feed, not returning to its group, but marching directly towards the mountains 70 kilometers away. And when researchers tried to bring him back, he just turned around and started walking again. This clip has over 8 million views on YouTube. The comments are filled with people saying, "This is literally me, and I've never related to an animal more." So what's exactly going on here? Is this penguin depressed, insane, having an existential crisis, and why can't we look away? The footage comes from Encounters at the End of the World, Werner Herzog's 2007 documentary about Antarctica. And right from the start, Herzog made one thing clear. He wasn't interested in making another cute penguin film. See, just 2 years earlier, March of the Penguins had been released, narrated by Morgan Freeman. This documentary became a massive hit, the second highest grossing documentary in North American history at that point. It showed emperor penguins as devoted parents, trekking across ice, protecting their young against impossible odds. And then something weird happened. Conservative Christian groups in America started holding it up as proof of traditional family values. Churches organized group screenings. One pundit called it the passion of the penguins. They saw monogamy, sacrifice, dedication to offspring, proof that nature itself endorsed their worldview. There was only one problem. The director, Luc Jacquet, was horrified. He pointed out that penguin monogamy only lasts 1 season. After that, the divorce rate is around 80 to 90%. He publicly condemned people using his film for political messaging, but the damage was done. Penguins were now a symbol of wholesome family values. And then, Werner Herzog came along. Herzog went to Antarctica to film the weird, isolated humans who choose to live at the bottom of the world. But then he encountered a penguin colony. He couldn't resist asking the scientists a very un-Disney question.
Dr. Ainley, is there such thing as insanity among penguins?
The scientist, David Ainley, paused. He mentioned he'd never seen a penguin bashing his head against a rock, but then he admitted something.
Well, I've never seen a penguin bashing its head against a rock. They do get disoriented.
Sometimes they do get disoriented and end up far away from where they should be. And that's when Herzog showed us the footage. He would neither go toward the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Even if we caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why? And then we see another penguin, already 80 kilometers off course, sliding on its belly across the ice, a tiny black speck against endless white, heading towards nothing. The clip, titled Penguin Depressed, has racked up nearly 8 million views. But what makes it resonate isn't just the penguin, it's what people see in it. Some see depression, some see nihilism, some see a creature that simply had enough of its colony. Others see something almost inspiring, a penguin on a journey that others don't understand, refusing to justify itself to anyone. One writer captured this perfectly. This penguin is lost. This penguin is depressed. The penguin is nihilistic. The penguin is disoriented, deranged, heading towards certain death. When I watch the penguin, all I can see is that he's on a journey. And the comments on these videos are gold mines. This penguin is my spirit going back to my ex after everyone told me not to. When the intrusive thoughts win, he's not deranged. He's just done. And Herzog's distinctive narration, that deep, German-accented voice asking existential questions about penguin psychology, elevated the whole thing into something almost comically profound. But here's what makes this more than just a meme. This scene perfectly captures Herzog's entire worldview, one he'd explored just 2 years earlier in Grizzly Man. That documentary followed Timothy Treadwell, a man who spent 13 summers living among wild grizzly bears in Alaska, believing he had formed a special bond with them, until one of them killed and ate him. In that film, Herzog looked into a bear's eyes and said something that could just as easily apply to this penguin. And what haunts me is that in all the faces of all the bears that Treadwell ever filmed, I discover no kinship, no understanding, no mercy. I only see the overwhelming indifference of nature. This is the anti-March of the Penguins thesis. Where that film projected human values onto nature, Herzog showed us something colder. Nature doesn't care about our narratives. The penguin doesn't know it's being symbolic. It's not making a statement about society. It's not choosing death as some grand gesture. And yet we can't help but project meaning onto it, because that's what us humans do. As one film critic wrote, "The structures we adopt for our stories, be they tragic, romantic, or comedic, do not fit nature quite so tightly." And Herzog knows this. Any fact about the penguin's motivation and thought processes remains unobtainable. We view the narrative as the filmmaker builds it, through an exclusively human lens. So what's actually happening to these penguins? Is there a scientific explanation? The truth is, nobody really knows. Scientists have observed this behavior, but there is no peer-reviewed research explaining why penguins do this. The scientists in Herzog's film just call them disoriented, but the fact they won't stay put even when returned to their colony suggests it's not simple confusion. Some speculate it could be related to neurological issues, parasites, or even some kind of navigational malfunction. But as one science writer put it, it seems unlikely that they just get disoriented, because if you take a penguin and put it back into one of its familiar places, even inside its colony, it just goes back to the same place again. It's like the mountains are calling to them. The mystery is part of what makes it so compelling. We can't explain it away. The deranged penguin has become internet shorthand for a very specific feeling. That moment when you know you're making a bad decision, but you do it anyway. When the intrusive thoughts win. When you're done performing for your colony and just need to walk towards something, even if that something is nothing. It's been called the most existential moment in modern cinema. It spawned TikTok and Instagram reel trends. People have compared themselves to the penguin during breakups, job burnouts, and those 3 a.m. moments where everything feels pointless. In December of 2024, Kotkey.org noted that Herzog actually recorded a callback to this moment for the Penguins of Madagascar movie, proving that even Herzog himself knows the scene has become something bigger than his own documentary. And that's the reason why this clip has endured for almost 20 years while most viral videos are forgotten in weeks. It's not really about the penguin, it's about us. Every person who watches this feels something different. A creature that gave up, a creature that chose his own path, a creature that was broken, brave, or both. Herzog asked, "But why?" and left it unanswered. Because there is no answer, at least not one we can verify. And maybe that's the point. In a world of nature documentaries that tell us exactly what to feel, where penguins are either wholesome family role models or victims of climate change, this one moment just shows us something strange and refuses to explain it. A penguin walking towards the mountains. 70 kilometers, certain death. But why?